Okay, let's unpack this. You've sent us some absolutely crucial material,
Yeah, really powerful stuff.
all focused on how climate change isn't just, an environmental issue floating out there.
Mhm.
It's fundamentally about survival. The survival of, well, every living creature on Earth.
It is. And the sources you gathered, they really show a stark reality.
Yeah, the extinction rate. I mean, the numbers were, what, 100 to 1,000 times higher than, like, the natural background rate?
That's what the data points towards, yeah.
Yeah.
And largely driven by our changing climate.
They even highlighted that specific example, the golden toad of Costa Rica.
That's right. Sort of the first species where scientists directly said, okay, this was climate change.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really eye-opening. Our mission for this deep dive, then, is to really extract the most impactful nuggets from all this material.
Pinpoint exactly how these rising temperatures, the melting glaciers, these shifting weather patterns,
Mm-hmm.
how they're systematically, eroding animal life all over the world.
Exactly. And naturally, as we go through this, the big question comes up.
What can we do about it?
Yeah. Which the sources do tackle. But maybe first, let's just quickly frame the problem itself.
Good idea. Because the sources are pretty clear, aren't they? Earth has always had climate variations, natural ones.
Sure, cycles exist, but what's happening now, the speed, the intensity.
It's different. The sources point overwhelmingly to human causes.
That's right. The factory emissions, all the vehicle gases, and deforestation on such a massive scale.
It's all pumping greenhouse gases up there.
It is. And it's
Yeah.
pushing Earth's systems kind of beyond their limits, their historical norms,
Yeah.
leading to this accelerated warming,
Which takes this huge, often unseen toll on animal life.
an immense toll.
Okay, so let's dive in. Where should we start? Maybe the oceans, since they cover so much of the planet.
Makes sense. 70% of Earth is water, and the material really stresses how rising ocean temperatures are just catastrophic.
Yeah, I saw that. They talked a lot about coral bleaching.
Indeed. It's one of those devastating things detailed. Basically, the coral gets stressed by the heat.
And expels the algae living inside it.
Exactly. The algae that give it food and color. So
Right.
they turn white.
And often die.
And often die, yeah. The sources really painted a picture of these once vibrant, incredibly biodiverse reefs.
Just becoming barren, silent.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Silent, barren stretches of ocean floor. And that impacts everything, fish populations, coastal protection.
Yeah.
It's the works.
It's a huge ripple effect, makes sense. And it's not just the coral, right? The sources also mentioned penguins and seals.
Mm-hmm. They're literally losing their homes. Their vital ice habitats are melting away.
God. And then there was that surprising detail about whales and dolphins
Yeah.
getting disoriented.
Yeah. Because of changes in ocean sound.
How does that work? Did the sources explain that mechanism? It seems subtle.
They did offer some insight. The idea is that warmer water actually changes how sound travels through it.
Oh, right.
You can alter the speed, the path of sound waves, creating this sort of acoustic fog.
So they can't navigate or communicate properly.
Or hunt effectively.
Yeah.
It's disrupting a whole sensory world that's, critical for them, a world we barely perceive.
That's deeply unsettling. The ocean challenges are immense.
They really are.
And tragically, the sources suggest similar crises are happening on land, too. Rising temperatures reshaping forests.
Precisely. And in really destructive ways.
Like wildfire.
Exactly. An alarming increase in how often they happen and how intense they are. Just obliterating huge areas of animal homes.
So creatures like tigers, elephants, deer, birds.
Countless species, yeah. They're forced to abandon their territories.
Which leads to, what, food scarcity?
Severe food scarcity, absolutely. And also, something else is happening, a concerning rise in human-wildlife conflict.
Ah, because they're pushed into areas where people live.
Exactly. The sources even gave specific examples, like in India, elephants, because their forests are shrinking.
They're raiding villages.
Regularly raiding villages, yeah.
Yeah.
Looking for food, it creates this huge new challenge for communities. Not just financial, but cultural, too.
Wow. It's just this devastating chain reaction.
It really is.
And, I mean, nowhere does it seem more stark, maybe more heartbreaking than the Arctic. The sources really hit hard on the rapid melting of ice there. Earth's coldest region changing fast.
Yeah, that section, it truly highlights the tragedy for polar bears.
Their whole lives depend on that ice, right? For hunting seals.
Completely. And as those hunting grounds break up, become further apart.
They face starvation.
Starvation, yeah. And the sources noted a really dramatic drop in cub survival rates.
Oh, no.
Some populations, like in the Beaufort Sea area, they're showing declines of up to 40%.
Huh.
in just a decade.
40%. That's staggering.
Mostly because there isn't enough ice for them to hunt and raise their young properly.
Just immense loss. And it's not only the big iconic animals, is it? The sources also talked about bird migrations.
Millions of birds, yeah. Their incredible annual journeys are being disrupted.
How so? What's changing for them?
Well, a key finding was about timing. It's all out of sync.
What do you mean?
The traditional cues they rely on, like temperature shifts, daylight changes, they aren't lining up reliably with when food is available or when resting places are safe anymore.
Ah, I see. So they fly all that way.
They arrive at their usual stopover points, and instead of finding what they need, they might encounter, say, a severe drought or unexpected floods.
Oh, wow.
So birds like storks, ducks, many others, they get lost or they perish from exhaustion or they just can't find the resources to keep going.
Disrupting a rhythm that's governed their lives for forever, basically.
Several millennia, yeah. It's profound.
And then there's the insect world, often overlooked, but so crucial.
Absolutely crucial. The sources really delve into that delicate balance.
I remember reading about bees specifically.
Yes, alarming data on bee decline. And they are essential pollinators for crops globally.
So our food systems are at risk too.
Massively. Without effective pollination, yields drop, food security is threatened. It's a huge knock-on effect.
And conversely, it wasn't all decline, right? Some insects are expanding.
See the other side of it, yeah. The material highlighted mosquitoes, for example.
Moving into colder regions.
Exactly. Places they couldn't survive before. And they bring disease risks with them to humans and animals who just haven't faced those particular threats before.
So, okay, this is all, well, it's deeply unsettling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which brings us back to that question.
What can we do?
Yeah. What do the sources actually suggest? Practical things for individuals, for communities.
They outlined several key actions. Obviously, the big one is reducing carbon emissions, planting more trees.
Standard stuff, but important.
Critical, but also actively supporting wildlife conservation groups, the ones on the ground doing the work.
Makes sense. And making conscious choices in daily life.
Avoiding plastic where possible, reducing pollution generally. Small choices add up.
And crucially, the sources also talked about pressure, right, on governments.
Yes, absolutely. They really underscored the need to push governments to take environmental policy seriously.
They drew that really stark line, if animals don't survive.
Humans won't either, yeah.
That's where it hits home for everyone listening, I think. It's not just out there, it's about us, too.
Precisely. The interconnectedness is just undeniable. You can't separate it.
But it wasn't all doom and gloom, was it? The material did offer some hope.
It did, thankfully. Despite the gravity of it all, there were some encouraging rays of light. Examples where positive change is happening.
Yeah, I remember that. Like creating safe zones for elephants in Africa, expanding them.
Exactly. And special efforts in Australia to protect koalas,
Yeah.
especially after those terrible bushfires.
Right. And the tiger numbers in India, that was genuinely encouraging news.
A measured increase, yeah. Thanks to really dedicated long-term conservation efforts, it shows it can be done.
It does.
And something else the sources highlighted, which I found particularly inspiring.
What was that?
The global rise of young environmental activists, raising their voices, demanding action.
Yes, that growing movement.
It really shows that, together we can make a change. That sense of collective action starting to build. It's a powerful reminder that even small beginnings can lead to big impacts. A new generation is really stepping up.
That's true. It's good to remember those points of light. Because the fight against climate change, it's immense, it's complex.
Definitely not easy.
But these sources make it absolutely clear, don't they? It's necessary. We have to stand up.
For our earth, our forests, our animals.
Yeah.
With a renewed urgency.
Yeah. So maybe that leaves us, and everyone listening, with a final thought to chew on, reflecting on all this. What does it truly mean to share a planet?
That's a big question.
It is. And remember that powerful statement from the sources. Earth belongs to everyone.
Not just humans, but to life itself.
Yeah. Let that thought maybe just settle in, thinking about this incredible, fragile, completely interconnected web of life that we're all part of.
A good place to pause and reflect.